Through dark sunken eyes, I see another pale sunrise. So go the lyrics of a song devoted to this game. Space Invaders, 1978 this game came out, and it is the father of us all. This is the game that started video game trend, the love of video games. It's simple, it starts off easy, it gets harder and harder as you go until it's almost impossible and you will crash out, like all good games. I'm going to show you what it is. 1978 it came out. It's estimated by 1982 it made $3.8 billion, and by 2016, adjusted for inflation with a couple of relaunches and things like that, it's made over nearly $14 billion since its release, making it, according to Wikipedia, the highest grossing video game of all time. And here it is. It's simple, it's free to play online. Little flash game, little browser game, link in the description below if you want to play it and try it out. So, simple game, and oh look, the song that came out in dedication to this song, I'll also put that in the link below so you can have a listen to that tune. A game that's over 40 years old, and a song that's over 40 years old devoted to just this game as well. The concept is simple. A row of aliens moves above you very slowly at first. When they hit the edge of the screen, they come down one row. Hit the edge, they come down one row. That's it. So that's going to come into your strategy. Let's have a little bit of a play, see how we go. Controls are simple. Left and right arrow on your keyboard, space bar to fire. You can only fire again once your first missile has left the screen. So all these little nuances just make it harder, possibly harder, but anyway, let's go in. And of course, what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to take out these things before they hit the edge of the screen. Couldn't do it. So, and these barriers, while they're really good for you, they start to just be a little bit of annoyance as well. So there you can see. So I would really like to actually shoot through the barrier. Now the arcade version had a slightly better graphics, but not really too much. This was pretty well what you had. So it works as a great cheap game that's really easy to program for the computer for a little flash game. The sound effects almost identical. So, you know, look, at the beginning, you think it sounds really, you think it's pretty easy, but, you know, everything speeds up in this game. So the things that they drop on you also speed up, and every level starts closer to you than the previous level did. And all of this, you can hear the music as well. So the music adds to the atmosphere. It's a simple little bit of music. It's got that heartbeat sort of sound to it. And while this is the last guy, and this is him going fast, and there we go. There's no rest. There's no screen that says, hey, by the way, well done. You just straight into it again. And you don't have time for a breather. Whoops, I didn't make it. So now I'll come back over to this side. So what I'm trying to do here is just stop them from reaching the edge and coming down another level. If that gets out of control, then what I'll do is see, these barriers are really nice, but they just stop you a little bit. Just the edge two barriers. They just stop you a little from being able to get onto the aliens to stop them. So I'm not going to achieve that on that point. So what I might as well do is just shoot what I can as I'm able to. Can I hit that? No, that other one was in the way. I get random points for hitting this other thing. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is an easy game. How could this be a trend of anything? Well, it was. And if you play this game, you'll see, let's see if you can play it for half an hour. Now, I did play a browser version that came with Chrome years ago, and I got to a point where I could not be beaten. The game was as max as it would go, and at that point, no, that's not a good game, because if you're reaching a max level and you can just indefinitely stay on it, and you can do that within, say, 10 minutes of playing, then it's not really a good game. Did I get it? I got it. Okay, so look, at the end of the day, all you're doing is doing points. You're just shooting for points, but this is basically the premise of the game. Obviously, as I progress, now you can see how the music is speeding up in tune with the aliens as well. So you've got this music, which is just this thudding, dreading sort of music constantly, that's also speeding up. So that adds a little bit to the tension, I suppose you'd say. The tension, it adds a little bit to the tension. So this is the game of Space Invaders. This is the historic game. Look, the graphics are about as simple as you can get in this game. And then, look, we just start again. Over and over we go. Wave after wave. Hold back the invaders, their infernal machines, as the song would say, as it went on further through dark sunken eyes. So look at that. So I wasn't even paying attention. I was just moving my ship across, and they dropped a couple of bombs on me. Now, obviously, these little low ones, they're not worth a lot. They're worth a little bit more. As you can see, graphics are really simple. Gameplay simple to lull you in to that false sense of security. Look, as you get progress in this game, when you end up with the last one left, not only does it scream across the screen, it's dropping bombs like crazy. And so to try and actually get that last one, like, you've almost got to be halfway across the screen when you release your little torpedo in the air for it to come from the edge of the screen. That's later on in the game, of course, is what I'm talking about. Not at these little early levels. These little early levels are just to lull you in. And when they're so far down that they start almost at the bottom, then it really matters. Where you start on the game really matters. Now, obviously, at that point, I can't get across to stop them coming down one level, so I have to start over in this level. So this is pretty well what this game is about. This is the preferred method of taking them out. Now, if you're familiar with Galaxians, you'll know that the Galaxians never come down; they fly down at you. See, too busy concentrating on other things, and yeah. So this is Space Invaders, and if you don't pay attention, like I'm not paying attention, not paying as much of attention as I should be. Now you can see I've just about lost all of my see, I'm just concentrating too much. I'll just stay on this side. So yeah, anyway, that is Space Invaders in a nutshell. Links in the description below. Look, I think this is one of these really good games where you can actually just play this just for your own challenge. You don't need to challenge someone else. You just need to see how far or what your own score can be. How many ships you can gather at the bottom, if you can gather them. And of course, if they reach the bottom, you're gone. So, there we go. So, as they obviously, game over. So there you go. That's Space Invaders. Links in the description below. If you've played it, let me know what you think of the game. But this was the father of us all. This was the grandfather of us all, really. The father of us all that started the craze in video games. This little humble game over 40 years old. So that's all I've got for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, thanks for watching.